Hello, Potato, and may the 4th be with you, because yes, today, if you're watching it, the video comes out anyways, today is Star Wars Day, May the 4th, and that means it's time to buy Star Wars things, celebrate Star Wars culture. I'm honestly surprised Disney has not yet found a way to create some sort of a Marvel equivalent. I don't know what it would be. I couldn't even begin to speculate, but I feel like it's amazing that Disney doesn't have some sort of Marvel equivalent to Star Wars Day yet. So seeing as it's Star Wars Day, we have to buy some Star Wars Lego, because Lego generally does some very nice promo kits for Star Wars Day. Like we had that Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's kitchen set a couple years back for when Obi-Wan came out. And it's cool. They have some nice sets that are generally only available on Star Wars Day unless you want to buy them from resellers, which of course you'll be able to. However, I guess a couple years ago, and I don't actually even know if it's true, it's just this is what they told us at the local Lego store, was they instituted a thing where you can only get one of the Gifts with Purchase sets per day per membership, or per VIP, Insider, it's Lego Insider now, per Insider account. So we couldn't just I buy my $150 of stuff, and then my wife buys her $150 of stuff, and we each walk away with a promo kit. So since then, if I want an extra of the promo kit, what I've had to start doing is making an order online. And we had some nice, we only had a couple really nice sets this year that I liked. And well, let's just get into it. This is what I got from the Lego store. Now my original plan for this video was to do a different kit than what we're going to do today, because we are going to build some Lego too. If you want to just get to that point of me just building some Lego, that's coming. It's coming. But first, we're going to look at the what we bought. And my first plan for this video was to actually build a different Lego set, one that had come out in the last couple months this year, but not a Star Wars Day set, because my plan was, per Lego's site, with the exception of Jango Fett's ship, the fire spray, per their site, everything was coming out today, the 4th, on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. And then on the 1st, on May the 1st, I noticed all that stuff showed as add to bag. So I planned, when this video dropped, I planned to be in line at the Lego store. That stopped being necessary because I went to the Lego store on the 1st and all of it was there. Every bit of it. Actually, I don't know if the Jango ship was there, because I wasn't looking for that, but all the other sets were there, as well as, of course, a bunch of older stuff. And so I bought my my Star Wars Day purchases then, so I'm building a different set today than I would have built had they actually released it on the 4th. And I bought stuff in store, and I bought another order online, and that stuff has not arrived yet. We'll go over what that is momentarily, but first, let's look at the Lego store haul. If I can get in here without whacking the camera or any of the lights, we'll see what we picked up at the Lego store. Now, not everything I bought is actually new Star Wars Day releases, because honestly, there was only a couple sets that I wanted. I don't collect the helmets. I do have a couple of the helmets. I have a Marvel one and a Star Wars one that I've yet to put together, not because I don't want to or don't want them, just haven't gotten to it yet. I've mentioned in other videos a rather immense Lego backlog going back 20 years, more than 20 years, going back to when I worked at KB Toys, which itself has been gone for 20 years almost. So it's not because I don't like those kits or ungrateful to have those kits, just because there are other kits and there's limited space. And while my wife was taken with the Star Wars logo sign, and we may eventually get that may be something she builds when we do break down and get it, at $60, I don't hate it. In fact, I love that it's $40 cheaper than the Marvel one, because the only thing you're getting more with the Marvel one is you're getting some minor action stuff that you are never going to do beyond one or two times when you first put it together. And it comes with 4 very unimpressive minifigures. I mean, they couldn't even put a big fig of Hulk in there. They gave you the normal minifigure version of him. And frankly, it looks nice. It'll look good up on a shelf, but it's not worth $100. The Star Wars logo, I could see maybe doing 60 for that. I may keep an eye out in the hopes that maybe like Costco or somebody will get it or it'll go on sale. I was a little annoyed that Lego put a lot of the older Star Wars stuff on sale after I made my Star Wars Day purchases, but we will live with these things. I'm not sure if the like multiple points thing was still in effect for those other days or not either though, so maybe that's part of what happened. But I am rambling and I haven't yet taken anything out of the bag. So yeah, only one of the sets I bought in the store is one of the Lego Star Wars Day sets for this year. Another is an older one that just, it's what I wanted. And I wanted to get to that 160 mark without going like way over it to get both the promo kits. And there are 2 promo kits this year. Actually, there are 3, but you only get the third one if you buy a specific set. In the past, they've had like the keychains or the money reproductions. They've just been any Star Wars purchases. This year, they didn't do that. They linked it to one specific set, which I don't have here to show you. But what I did buy, and what we're gonna put together today is this one here. Kit 75416 Chopper C1-10P. 1,039 pieces, 4 players. That's a 4 builder set. So I'm guessing maybe there's separate instructions for the legs or something, because I really don't see what there is to split up on this. There's just Chopper. And I'm going to guess there's going to be like the little nameplate and the little minifigure Chopper, which will be my first minifigure Chopper that I've built. And I'm sure I have one because I have the Ahsoka era version of the Ghost, which I think came with one. But this will be the first time I've built a Lego Chopper or like the minifigure scale one. But it is, what was it, 1,000 pieces? 1,039 pieces. Did just come out technically on the 1st, but again, it was supposed to come out today. The day this video releases was what the website said it was going to be released on. So I was a little blindsided when it came out first, because honestly, if I'd known it was going to come out the 1st, I would have taken the day off work and gone there and built it then instead of building it today. I mean, the video still wouldn't have come out till today, but I would have built it then. But that was only $99.99, $100 for 1,039 pieces, which is actually, that's fairly in the 10 cents per piece category. I think we have a fair number of fiddly bits. Here's some articulation too. But I'm interested to see how the four builder thing is implemented in this. But to get to that 160, I did pick up a set that I do arguably think is maybe a little overpriced for what it is, and that is Kit 75396, the Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit. Now I have an old Sarlacc Pit, not like re-release. It does have tentacles, but it's a similar and simpler version to this. It's got the beak coming up out of the ground. It's got a skiff, though not nearly as detailed as this one. Don't think it came with Boba Fett. I know it came with Luke, and I don't remember who all it came with, but when we went in, oh, I think it's a damaged box. I got a damaged box. That's unfortunate. But I'll eventually open this. When I do eventually get around to building the set, we'll take that other set out and do a side-by-side comparison, as I am wont to do when I build new sets that I have old sets of. This also is part of the 25 years of LEGO Star Wars from last year, and comes with an exclusive Nin Num figure, which is pretty cool as well. So that one is 558 pieces, and I think was like 70 or 80. It was like $69.99 or $79.99, which again, I think is a little expensive for what it is, but I also think, because this is clearly meant to go with the Jabba's Barge set, which is $500, I feel like for that price they could have just tossed this in there as part of that set, but that's me. But this did put us to the 160, which means we got the promo sets, which there are 2. The first one I think you had to buy 40 or 50 to get is this thing. Kit 30708, the Millennium Falcon mini build, still in a poly bag. I've seen pictures online of people getting these in paper, but nope, out here we're still getting them in poly. And as with a lot of the lower end poly bag promo kits of the last couple years, you can just go and buy this at like Target, I'm assuming Walmart as well. I know for a fact I have seen this exact kit in Target earlier this year, and I remember commenting at the time, watch, this is going to be a promo kit. This will be the Star Wars Day in-store promo kit. Some years they do the poly bag is in-store only. Some years it's online as well. I think this year it's both, so I'll be getting another one of these in the future. But the main promo kit that I wanted to get, and let's get this bag out of here because it's taking up a lot of space here. Oh, there's something else in the bag though. Hold on. Before we Look at the promo kit. I forgot about this. They gave us a postcard of the new Jango Fett ship, which we didn't buy in the store. But it's a nice postcard. It's a little bit oversized. It's larger than a postcard, but it's a real postcard. You could theoretically actually mail this if you wanted to. It's got, I mean, well, it's got a QR code where the stamps. I have not scanned that QR code. Indeed, I actually had forgotten it was in the bag here. So if you want to scan that and tell me what it is, I probably will have scanned it by the time the video is released. But it's lined with little gold Lego. May the 4th be with you. And it does display the new version of Jango Fett's ship, the Fire Spray, or Jango Fett's Fire Spray, because Fire Spray is the name of the type of ship, not the name of his ship specifically. But yeah, the promo kit, the big thing to get this year was this kit 40765, the Camino training facility, which comes with 3 clones, 3 unarmored clone cadets, which is pretty cool. I mean, also we've seen like some of the stuff in like Bad Batch and I think Clone Wars. We've seen training facilities, so it's actually pretty cool little set to get, mostly because of the minifigures. It's mostly I wanted it because of the minifigures. Now this is only 190 pieces. I don't know if I'll ever actually put one together, but I'm gonna have 2 of them because yeah, the stuff I bought in the store is not all I ordered or all I bought. I did also using some saved up points because I do think the price on it was more than I was willing to spend for it. But I had points saved up. I did order Jango Fett's Fire Spray, Jango Fett Starship. Now, as you can see in this picture, I probably have put up somewhere up here. And if you've watched my videos, you know I've done multiple videos on this ship. I have multiple versions of this ship in Lego. And yeah, that picture that I would have put up here probably shows quite a bit of dust. I haven't taken them off of that shelf since the last time I did a Boba Fett's video, which I think was the smaller set that came out around the time of Book of Boba Fett. I've done at least 3 videos on this ship. I know I've done one. I did one the last Star Wars Day a Boba Fett ship came out. I think that might have been the last time it was called the Slave One, officially, from Lego. And that was a pretty chunky one, especially compared to the other versions I had. I know I did a video of after that, of the one from like Book of Boba Fett, which is much smaller, but still a nice set. And then I'm pretty sure I did one of the Microfighter version. And there may indeed have even been another one from like back in the quarantine logs of the other versions that I have, which were the very first original Minecraft looking one and the original Jango Fett version. But yeah, that shelf has 5 different versions of the Slave One on it. There is no room on it for this new 6th version, and indeed, there's no way it would fit on there even by itself. This ship is huge, and I don't know when I'm going to put it together, but it's one I definitely want to have. I've always liked this ship. It'll be only the 2nd Jango Fett version that I have, with Jango's colors on it, which I thought when I first saw this didn't look right. But I mean, looking at it compared to the one that I have, which is much smaller than this one, the coloring is actually about right. So let's take a moment here, just a moment, to discuss the elephant in the Star Wars room, and that is the name of the ship being Slave One. A lot of people want to make a big deal about Disney not wanting to call it the Slave One. Some people even to the point of making reference to something that happens in one of the first episodes of the Andor for this season, the 2nd season of Andor, as that's being okay, but calling this the Slave One is not okay. First of all, the scene in Andor, which I'm not going to go into, is not a good thing. It's a bad thing. It's a very bad thing that's happening in that scene. It's not glamorizing it in any way, shape, or form by even the greatest stretches of a non-demented imagination. So to imply the two have anything to do with each other seems very weird to me. Second, while I'm not going to say whether I agree or disagree with distancing the name of the ship from that previous name, I will admit that I totally understand why Disney may not want the word slave attached to one of their products. to one of their properties, to something, especially something that is generally portrayed as being pretty badass. The Jango's ship, Boba's ship, is an awesome ship. It's been one that's been popular even back when all we knew of Boba Fett was that he was supposedly a good bounty hunter, but went out like an absolute punk by being whacked in the back by a blind guy. Even then, he was cool and his ship was cool and we all knew it. So I can totally understand why you wouldn't necessarily want the word slave attached to that, because I don't know anywhere it has necessarily good connotations. I suppose when talking about computer drives, maybe, but yeah, I get it. So I don't care if they want to distance themselves from that name, call it something else. Does a rose by any other name smell not as sweet? It's still a cool ship, and if you want to call it the Slave One, ain't no one gonna stop you. Or not successfully anyways. They can try, I suppose, but I don't know how they would. So that's where I stand on that. I honestly don't care. I don't find it offensive that they want to not call it that anymore. I don't find it offensive if you want to call it that. I don't care. It's a cool ship. The Fets are cool. And I'm looking forward to getting that ship. It has not arrived yet. So I can't show you the other promo set, because the other promo kit was a keychain that you get only from buying Jango's ship. Although you could just turn in points and order it from the website separately. But I have a thing against doing that when I can use those points to buy more Lego. So yeah, I do have the keychain coming, and maybe we'll look at it at some point in the future. I don't really do the Weekend Magic videos anymore, so I'm not sure when it'll come in, because I really have no plans to build that ship at this point, because I have nowhere to put it. Same reason I haven't built Mos Eisley. I just don't have anywhere to put it, but I want to have it in the eventuality that I someday do have a place to put it, or I decide to take something else, clean something else. I don't know in here where it would fit. I don't think it would fit on any of the shelves in here. Looking around the void space, I do not think there's enough space for it anywhere. I mean, there's one shelf, and I've shown part of that shelf in pictures and other videos where it might fit, but things have to come down if I want to put it there. But yeah, it's gonna be a while before I build that one. But seeing as that is also over 160, I got another one of these coming. I believe another one of these coming. It was very weird because I ordered it on at the stroke of midnight on May the 1st, and I actually ordered it a couple minutes, or I put it in my basket a couple minutes before, or bag. I guess Lego calls it a bag, and it went in. It had the add to bag came up early, added to bag. The keychain showed up in the bag, but these two items did not. I had to actually wait until the clock ticked over, well, 9 o'clock my time, for these two items to pop up in the bag. But yeah, those are all coming. But even though the next day we got a notice saying your items have shipped, as of this recording, that just means they printed a label. The carrier has not picked up the item yet. So in no normal sense of the word shipped has it shipped. It has merely had the idea of shipping imposed upon it. Also this year, I don't know, maybe like today on the 4th itself, maybe they're doing something at the store, but they didn't have any new ones of these this year. I have like a Luke one, a Leia one, and I have my R2 one here that I like to put on these things whenever I do Star Wars Lego in particular. And yeah, I didn't get a new one of those to add to the collection this year, which is unfortunate. But I feel like it's maybe the last good Star Wars day for a while. I'll get this where it's not totally reflecting all the light back at you. I feel like next year, I'm in a lot of things this year I'm enjoying as potentially the last time doing them. So yeah, don't know what we'll be looking at next year, because I don't think the US Lego plant is going to be open until 2027. So I have no idea what we're looking at even come Christmas time. They've revealed some of the advent calendars already, which I think they did last year by this time too. And I'm definitely getting the Star Wars one this year. It has basically no minifigures. It has a minifigure Jawa and C-3PO, and then there's a battle droid and a super battle droid, but it's got a lot of robots, and I love robots. I'm not generally a fan of the mini builds, but that's when it ships. These are mostly robots. It's like a Jawa's workshop theme this year, which I'm definitely down for. I'll definitely be getting that one. Really not impressed with the Harry Potter one. Didn't care for that one, like, at all. I just thought it looked awful. And they haven't revealed the Marvel one. They revealed a Minecraft one, which is interesting. I mean, I played the original Minecraft. I have it on my Xbox, but I haven't gone to see the movie or anything, and probably won't see it unless it shows up on a streaming service that I get. But I like the way the little creeper stuff looks in it. I just don't know that I need Minecraft Lego in my life. These bags we're looking at here. Oh, stickers! I think those are stickers. They just fell. Here we go. All right, well, we have decals. That's a strike. Also, like the book nook. They have that Sherlock mangled book. That's strike 2. They have that Sherlock Holmes book nook thing, which I've been wondering for like a long time why they weren't doing things like that. Because I've seen those little miniature things like the comic shows and stuff, and it's like, that's, you're leaving money on the table there, Lego. And now they're doing them. They're finally doing them. And yeah, I'm absolutely going to get Sherlock. My wife may put Sherlock together though, so that may not be a video. But I'm hoping, I mean, they've done that. They've revealed the Harry Potter book nook, which I don't think looks as good as the Sherlock one. But I'm hoping we'll get maybe at some point an Agatha Christie one, so I can get a Hercule Poirot for my Orient Express. All right, so how many bags do we have here? 1, 5, 6, 2. It's only 1,000 pieces, so 4, 3, and 7. So 7 bags. It's not that bad. The book's not too badly mangled, so that's fine. I see we are back to putting pink bricks in the Star Wars. That is cool. I like that. I approve of that. I hope they enjoyed their cake. We do have some decals. Not a ton, a small page, but a page nonetheless. And then we have our book, which has our QR code. So I'll need to register this. We compare the Lego version to the, I guess that's a live action version from Ahsoka, right? So how does this work for 4 players? They don't really explain that. I was kind of hoping they were gonna like suggest like how you're supposed to break this up for 4 people to do it. I mean, I guess you just divvy up the bags. I would have to think it'd be the legs. I mean, I guess since you'd have to use the app anyways, maybe the app goes into that. Is there any little trivia in here? There's pretty many little trivia in here. All right, well, so does the instruction count start over at any point? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'm not getting the multiplayer thing here. But I suppose you can figure it out if that's what you want to do. Obviously using the app though, you're gonna have to use the Lego app for that. We have 340 steps to build us a chopper. And I've been rambling for like almost a half an hour and we haven't built a single thing yet. So I suppose, I'm looking at it, there are a fair number of fiddly bits you can see in the picture there. So I'm guessing we're gonna have some of that to deal with. Let's put this over here. There we go. Hey, we look like no. Or there's some. No, that's not glare. That's not glare. All right. So yeah, this should take a good amount of time. Probably 2 or 3 hours my time, honestly. But it's gonna be a fun build. I think this is gonna be a fun build. It's gonna look great. I'm probably gonna put it on the shelf next to the R2 I built a couple months ago, and it'll be all good. So let's, without any more of me rambling, if you haven't like already just skipped to this point, well, if you have skipped to this point, hey, we're doing Lego. We're gonna build ourselves Lego Chopper Kit 75416. 1,039 pieces. It's for 1 to 4 builders for ages 10 and up. I'm going to build it all by myself, and I am certainly well over the age of 10. So let's now go to the fast forward. Well, that was a long but fun build. A lot of Technic bits in there, more fiddly bits than I would have expected, but still fun. Here we do have a completed kit, 75416 Chopper C1-10P, all 1,039 pieces, all put together. And I have to say at the end of it, I'm still unclear where the 4-player part of this was supposed to come in. I guess you could have had someone, like 2 people build the legs, 1 person build the head, the other person build the body, I guess. I mean, it was all broken up by bags. The head was like the last 2, each leg was a bag, and the body was like the first 3 or 4 bags. Of course, it also had the 3rd wheel and the minifigure in it, where we can learn a little bit about Chopper. Their homeworld is Lasan. They are made by Industrial Automation. They are a C-Series, specifically a C1 series Astromech droid. Their height is 0.99 meters, not quite a meter. Their center color is blue, and their equipment includes an arc welder, a rocket booster, computer probe, electro shock prod, fire extinguisher, grasping arms, hollow projector, buzzsaw, and spark projector, most of which does not appear on here. We do have the little arms though. We have the little front arm there, and we have the little head arms that you always see them looking rather upset about. And then we do have, of course, the 3rd wheel. We have some posability in the legs because you can pop this off, and by pop I mean carefully remove. So you can put it forward into just kind of normal upright mode. Although no, his wheel doesn't retract, does it? So his upright mode would still, I mean, you can still do it. It just looks a little funnier. And then we have this little knob, this little lever on the back here, so that you can give us Chopper's customary head wobble. If I can get it to, I can hold it still. There we go. Yeah, I don't sound like Dave Filoni. But still, it does it, and that's cool. And you can tilt the antenna a little bit. I think actually would make it a little more screen accurate. But yeah, pretty good build. Of course, the head turns. So the arms come out. Is that the little spark thing? Or is that the fire extinguisher? I don't know what that is. I haven't watched Rebels in a while. Neat thing about this is we do have the black hot dog piece. I think the last time I've seen one of these was the Home Alone set. So it's nice. I do feel like I may have missed something. I had issues here. I missed things a few times, had to backtrack. You may or may not have noticed it in the video if you watched it all the way through. But at the end, I do feel like this probably shouldn't be extra. Another again thing, I think we had this, I think it was R2 had this. We have a bunch of extra whip pieces left. Again, we had where there should have been 2, there was 4 each time. And it's a light piece. It's entirely possible they just misweigh and err on the side of giving you too many rather than too few. Too few is never a good thing. So better to have extras than there be a lack. But spinning all the way around. Back is a little plain, but I mean, this is a display kit. You're not going to be looking at this. And again, we do have that cool little lever here. And there were little rubbery pieces inside. It doesn't seem to want to go up. It goes this way. It doesn't really seem to want to go that way. So I don't know if I messed something up in there at some point. I mean, you still get the wobble action. It feels like it wobbles a lot more this way than that way. Maybe the head's just not on quite right. Something maybe loose there. I have to go ahead and fix it maybe. But still, it's a display piece. This isn't really a play piece. The little action is nice, but I think I made some comment at the beginning of the video about an action you're only going to do once or twice, and then you're never going to do it again. And that's kind of what we have here. It's a cute little thing you're going to show off to somebody. I was going to say show off to your friends, but show off to whoever you can subject to looking at your Lego Star Wars collection, and then, probably, put it on a shelf and never play with that again. But it's definitely a nice, fun build. I think you do get a nice, fairly screen accurate result here. I mean, there's Okay, I'm pretty sure that's Chopper from Ahsoka. And so yeah, I'm like, this doesn't quite look right. And yeah, maybe these are a little oversized for the head. And okay, yeah, that's definitely not right there. But overall, it's a fun little Lego build. Enjoyed doing it. Even the oh no, I missed a sticker. I have a sticker left. So yeah, there should have been a sticker right there. Let's go ahead and fix that if I can do it without destroying the entire thing. I can't believe I missed a decal. So now I get to watch in like real time how long it takes me to properly place. I only had to use the tweezers one time though, so that's good. But you know, the rock crusher hands and that's not straight. The rock crusher hands and decals do not go well. That's still not straight, but we're gonna live with that because again, it's gonna go on a shelf, and no one's ever gonna look that closely at it again. All right, now it's well and truly finished. So yeah, that's my Star Wars Day build for this year. You know what I thought about actually? No dioramas this year. We've had dioramas for what, like the last 3 years? And this is the first time we haven't had any. Maybe last year's didn't sell that well. Did I buy any last year's? Was the Endor Forest last year? I know I bought the Endor Biker Chase one. I never built it. I know there's a Pod Racer one last year, and I didn't buy that because it didn't have minifigures in it. And so I didn't see any point. But I know a couple years ago I did the throne room, and then before that we had the compactor and Yoda's house. I think the speeder bikes was last year, but in any case, there weren't any this year, so I guess maybe those stopped doing so well. We got the Star Wars logo instead, I guess, as the purely shelf display piece for this year. And we got a nice chopper. I was also pointing they announced recently the K2SO build, but that doesn't come out till like August. Definitely gonna pick that up. Love the design of K2SO, and yeah, gonna pick one of those up too when that comes out, and maybe we'll do a video. But that's kind of a tall one. I don't know if I have room for it. I'm also, now that I have that R2 because I got it on like almost half off, I'm tempted to get the C3PO, but he's still like 140 bucks, so probably won't. Anyway, so this is about Chopper, and yeah, I think Chopper looks pretty good. It's a nice little Lego build. It was fun. Took a long time. Did take hours. So I guess with 4 people, it could have knocked it down a little bit. Although whoever's building that body would definitely still have taken a lot of time. And yeah, now I have to go find a shelf place for it. And yeah, I think I'm going to put it right next to R2. I do have a spot on that shelf, and that's where that's going to go. And that's going to wrap up our Star Wars Day video. So yeah, let's wrap this up. I like it. It's a cute display build. Obviously, it's not a play. It has some play features to it, but this isn't a play with toy. This is something that's going to go up on a shelf. It's not for kids. It's for ages 10 and up. But still, I mean, this is for the 10-year-old who puts things on a shelf more than the one who's going to really want to play with their stuff. That's what minifigure sets are for. In which case, maybe the U-Wing or, well, the Sarlacc pit, although that wasn't a Star Wars Day release. But if you're someone who likes robots and droids, which I do, it's a great addition to the collection. But what do you think? Have you bought Chopper? Did you put them together? What did you think of the build? What do you think of the look of it at the end? Did you buy anything else for Star Wars Day from Lego or not from Lego? Let me know about it in the comments. But yeah, we're going to wrap this up. I hope you found it all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. And yeah, and I'll see you in the next video.